Well, it was amazing what you do when you have to. I've been pretty crook last few days, but I just, I've got to get this thing moved, and I was going to have to drag it out, and I had to push the Porsche out, and obviously we drive that one out. Sam's Porsche's not going. But I decided, I wonder if the scissor lift can drag this out, and dragged it out beautifully. But what we've got, and this is going in very, very soon, is one of Joel's hoists. Now these are one of the new ones where you've got to put air on them to take off the pneumatic locks, but they meet the specs beautifully. So and they're a big fella. This one's the one you don't knock your head on, meaning that a little bit taller, and it's got the slide jack system. And once again, these are air controlled, and it weighs a ton too. There's actually more bits in the back of the ute for this. And if you want to have a look at these, go to joelsgaragegear.com.au. I've got a good mate of mine, Ricky, here that fits these, and I was going to attempt it, but no, I'm just not well enough, to be honest. I'm just struggling too much. And actually, Ricky is really great price for this. To get it all fitted up, and that did me a good price on the whole lot, actually. So there you go, and so that'll get fitted very soon. Actually, I've just sent Ricky a message to say, hey, we are we got the hoist out a bit earlier than I thought, so we'll see how he goes. He's got to get back to me on just when he can get out here, that's no problems. I'm just sort of going to be, I'll show you what I'll be doing. Remember how I said we need to move a few radios just to get the new hoist in? Well, there's that, and the old hoist here, I think what we're going to do, this is the lower of the two. Now obviously the roof's the lower section in here too. So where the turbo is at the moment, imagine that middle section all gone and the bookcase still there, the Fletch bookcase. Yeah, so we're going to get it sort of, we're going to bring it not quite there, sort of there. We need to just gain some of this height here, use it up to advantage a bit. So it won't be perfectly in the middle. We're going to bring it over a bit, but again, that still gives us plenty of room over here. But we'll get all this out of here. But what we decided to do with the new big one, only that it just gives me a bit more flexibility with cars, and I intend to have a lot less radios. So obviously, it used to sit right here in this spot. So what we're going to do is move it a couple of bays back. So you can imagine my job for this afternoon. I need to get at least 3 of these shelves out of here completely. Not too bad, sort of, I mean, they all knocked to bits. And I could probably just rebuild them and then just sort of put them on wheels and get them out of here. But all this radio gear here, etc., that needs to vanish somewhere else. And we'll be plenty of room from these racks over here. But yeah, so basically what you're looking at, where all this is here, where that little air conditioner is, etc. It's probably not the back of it. No. The back of it's probably around here. We were going to build a mezzanine, but back of it's probably about here before we get to this rack here. And, so sort of centered between there and back over there. So that should give it a, sort of nice spot. And what we might do is actually build more benches coming down this direction, down the sides, get rid of all this here, and then have more sort of service bench top area versus the mess we've got at the moment. But what that allows me to do then is to have this spare spot here, things like the blue Corvette that's sitting out there at the moment, it can sort of come and sit in here. It can possibly sit on top of the new one. There's lots of things, we can do. But for example, the better example is actually, say we've got 2 cars in storage down on that end. We can bring a Sam's car through, which we're waiting on the computer and a mobiliser to be sorted out. That's down at Injectronics at the moment. And that's going to be a few bucks, but we'll see how we go. Sometimes we get lucky. But you see, that would be the perfect spot to work on this. It's a nice open area with no clutter. We've got plenty of tools everywhere here. We've got air, we've got blah, blah, blah. And we're working on the ground here. And then obviously if we need to, we move a car and put it on the hoist. Where the other hoist that I've been using for years, which, look, these are okay, but for what this is going to be used for and where it's going to be used, as you can see, you can put it on wheels and move it out if you want to do some pressure cleaning outside and all those sort of things. I always thought I would. I never have. So I've got to be honest with you, I may Dynabolt this one down in here instead of having the portable, sort of ability with it. Mainly because these can get a bit of movement in them. What's a good example? No, it's not going to show it here, but yeah, no, look, you can, and you've always got to keep an eye on your tension on your lines. The new ones, they're a much better design. There's nothing wrong with this design per se, but if I wanted to make an insurance claim, and let's say, because one fell off a hoist or something, or the hoist fell down, certainly the new one up there, over there, I can guarantee you is covered by so many different things. It's not funny. I don't know about this one. I'm not saying it's not, but there's been some funny insurance cases lately where, it has been a bit interesting. So there you go. All right, I'm a bit buggered, but I've got to keep going. I've got to just have a look at, just see where we, I suppose a lot of those radios, we'll find spots on the far side over, sort of behind the Corvette area there. Oh, shit, that reminds me too. I've got to, actually, while I'm here, isn't it funny things you remember? Yeah, that's on charge. Yeah, let me just, while I'm here, just, is that the orange lead? Actually, I can do that very simply by not having to go inside the cover. If I follow that orange lead, where's the orange lead go? That's that one there. And that's going to, yeah, let's just see if that charger, whoops, charger turns off. I think that's the one. It's all right, it just saves me having to jump in there for now. It's been on charge for a couple of days. Oh, now that's not going to turn off because it's still seeing the, but I can read it to see if it's charging. No, I can't read it. Oh, well. Have a look at how easy it is to get in. I should have done this to start with. I can just slip inside here. And as you can see, this thing's just beautiful. This is why we keep them in covers like this there. But, yeah. Now let's just see with my glasses on. Did that actually disconnect? We'll see the minute that goes off. Yep, it did disconnect. All right, that's okay. It's fine. I just wanted to check. But brand new battery in there, and just we hadn't given it a charge for a little bit, so I just wanted to give it a charge. And the trick is not to leave them on for the rest of your life. Just put them on. I've actually got some trickles that are going to go back on. Small little trickle chargers, which are actually much better for your batteries than that. So, yeah, I'll fix it up after. But yeah, so there you go. Oh, it's good we noticed that. Anyway, I'm going to get cracking. We'll find some spots along here somewhere where we'll start stacking some of these radios. And ideally, if I can get these 3 racks out by this afternoon, we're ready to go for Ricky when he. But yeah, it's a bit of displacement. I think a lot of them are going to go over on the ground over here just for now, and then I'll make just in the fact that this is going to be. It's not going to be simple as it sounds, trying to find room over the other side there. So, get ready very soon. There is going to be some bargains. I guarantee you that. I want them out of here, so get ready. All right, guys. Well, back onto my little car stuff, which seems to be my focus these days. Sorry, it hasn't been so much radio these days. I've been just sort of, I don't know, just having a load of fun with cars, and the radio thing will come back in time one day. But this has been great. All right, I think that's it. At least that came out pretty easily. And as you can see there, they're not too bad to move around there. But we are Dynabolting the big one in, no question about that. That is going to be rock solid. All right, guys, all the best, and hope you're having a good day, and we'll talk soon. Cheers.